tuning in, that a lot of these sets could go either way. A lot of these people are so capable. I think what's crazy about Melee is, like we said already, a lot of the people that were expected to make top 8 didn't make top 8, and yet the people that we're seeing in this bracket are not no names. They're people we're super familiar with. They're super capable players. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, should be very fun. I think just looking at brackets right now, I'm unsure which set we're planning on starting with. I think we're going to be waiting to hear back from our players right now. But oh, it looks like our answer is right before our eyes. It's Polish and KoDoRiN. This was going to be a fun one that we talked about in the pre-show as well, because KoDoRiN's kind of been that Marth alongside Logan, and of course Zane. It goes without saying for him, but Polish, funnily enough, has a 2-0 record against him.
Yeah, they're going to be a very interesting matchup. I know, I mentioned this earlier. I spoke with Polish about kind of what he's doing to prep against him, KoDoRiN specifically, and he mentioned a couple things. He said that KoDoRiN is really good at the F throw and down throw pivot tippers, which is something we see more and more from kind of modern Marths. So Polish is going to be needing to watch out for that, have really solid DI. He also says he's very solid at the F throw tech chase. So there's certain things like we want to be keeping an eye on from KoDoRiN's end, but of course on Polish's end, there's lots of little things he's going to be doing in neutral to mix up Marth and kind of find some openings.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're off to the races already. It's just going to be the story of KoDoRiN trying to corner pressure the Peach right now, but Polish just super good at advancing that kind of offense throughout this set. We're going to see how these interactions pan out over the span of this game one, but Battlefield is where we're starting out here.
Yeah, I like the pick for Battlefield, one of the most neutral stages in the game. I think this gives Peach access to platforms and ways to grab turnips more safely. I know Polish mentioned to me basically his philosophy in this matchup is that you pretty much can't hit Marth unless you have a turnip. You can kind of defend against Marth, but you need to be constantly looking for moments where you can grab a turnip and kind of safely get out of that situation. And one of the moments that he brought up was grabbing on platforms can be a lot safer. And we've seen a little bit of that here where Marth can't really contest it very effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 item pulls right now on top and left platforms so far, and I'm sure there's going to be many more to follow throughout this set. But again, it's just kind of the story of figuring out how to get around KoDoRiN's wall. And I think he's even said it himself, KoDoRiN, very much a walling out type player. And this is a matchup where it gets very challenging as the Peach to get in and control center stage if you're as good as KoDoRiN. And here we are with First Blood.
Yeah, and I think for the viewers at home, if you're trying to figure out kind of who's ahead, besides obviously the stock count, how well each player is playing, this is one of those matchups that's very positional. In general, when you're playing against Marth, you can see right now he's got Peach in the corner. He wants to get these kind of juggles going where Peach is above him and doesn't have a lot to do. And then the moment that kind of situation flip, like what we're seeing now Peach kind of has the initiative. And it's all about kind of weaving in and out of that range. And in Peach's case, whether or not she has a turnip to do this. We got an edge guard situation here. What's he going to do? Wow, quite a weird situation.
Reversals with the turnip. That was pretty good by KoDoRiN. I don't even know if that was fully intentional or if he just thought he was dead there no matter what. But, I mean, Polish, again, just advancing super far in, but he's taken a lot of damage as a result, Radar.
Yeah, he is really struggling to get that kill. 169, kind of a reverse situation of the classic Marthritis that we're so used to. One other thing I do want to mention that we've been seeing a lot from Polish is Polish likes to re-grab the turnips as much as possible to just kind of decrease the amount of time it takes to get those openings. And we almost saw him go for it there. That way you don't actually need to kind of dedicate time in neutral to pulling a turnip. You can just always have a turnip in your hand when you're re-grabbing it. And that's really hard to do. It's very technical.
Yeah, absolutely. Finds the top platform for the item as well. Not able to connect the turnip throw into falling Nair, and off stage yet again. KoDoRiN just all over it right now. Second forward smash, just not barely enough to kill. Polish trying to return back to stage, gets back with the Nair. Here we go. Nothing just yet. Oh my gosh, this is so much pressure from KoDoRiN, but Polish just finds his way out again.
Yeah, I completely agree. The pressure is really on Polish, but I like that Polish has been patient. You're in shield. If you do a quick roll, Marth can read it and get an easy kill. But if you don't, you kind of make him guess. Don't force the situation too much. it can work out in his favor. But even in spite of that, KoDoRiN with a solid lead, but will Polish turn it around here? It looks like a good situation so far. Should do it.
That's going to be enough to do it. And Radar, you mentioned not forcing the situation. I do want to point out we're already halfway through the timer right now. This has the makings to have a timeout, at least for one game in this set. And that's going to be a really interesting thing when we get into our larger stages like Dreamland 64.
Dude, what a beautiful punish. I completely agree about the timeout, but look at what we've been seeing from KoDoRiN. This is kind of perfect Marth play in a lot of ways. He's getting the tech chases, but just as I say that, 61% from Polish and keeping him in the corner, this could easily be an edge guard, but Marth gets the grab anyway.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you pointed out kind of Polish's tendency to find safe opportunities to pull items, and those usually come from just positioning well on platforms, making sure he has enough space to kind of get out there, get the item that he needs, and then convert that into a combo. So much of that punish there for about 70% earlier was from just turn up into immediate aerial, and then just converting that into a bunch of damage. We just saw it right there again, not able to close the book just yet, and it's off stage again for Polish.
One other big thing to mention whenever you're watching a Peach player is that Peach has very limited options off the ledge. She just doesn't have a good ledge game. She doesn't have a crazy ledge dash like you see from Fox. And so if she's on the ledge, she's in a much bigger disadvantage than you'd see from other characters. That should take the stock there for KoDoRiN, but how does he deal with Peach's invincibility? I'm expecting probably a full hop to the platform just because he doesn't have that great vertical mobility, but doesn't end up escaping.
Yeah, edge guard position though, and this is pretty tough. Finds his way around, but still no jump. Needs to get to ledge, and he gets there. Let's see. I mean, the tendency and the trend so far has been KoDoRiN striking first for every single stock, so we'll expect to see Polish get the stock right here, and he does, but he's got to figure out a way to get in there first on this last stock.
It really is tricky getting through both players' defenses. They're so clever in how they're choosing to engage. One of the things that Polish has brought up as well that I'm seeing is you take these turnips on the platform and you try to shield drop down like what we just saw there, and he's trying to bait KoDoRiN in to get a turnip and then a follow-up afterwards. But it looks like KoDoRiN is starting to catch on to it. And, now Peach is in a bad position. Doesn't have a float. This is rough, man. This is the juggle that we're so worried about if you're a Peach player.
This is tough. Gets down, gets the block up in time, but how does Polish land? Finds the item, and is that going to be enough? That's a big hit. Oh, he wanted to do the turnaround on the item throw to grab ledge radar, and I think he just landed on stage instead. That might have been a miscue, and a crucial one at that.
Oh, but doesn't get the... This is so close. Already, I feel like we're seeing what we're going to be seeing the whole set long, which is this insanely close match. The percents are almost identical. And how does he get off the platform?
Very necessary light shield there in order to live. This is neck and neck. I cannot believe this is just game one. Light shield to push onto the ledge, and now it's KoDoRiN fighting from the corner. How does he get back into center? Just catches turnip, lets it go. What's going to be the dash in?
Honestly, both of them are using light shield so effectively. Like, they've made it so that you just cannot get through their defenses. They'll slide off and somehow manage to grab ledge, but this could be the first game. Oh, the turnip beats him, dude!
That could be a critical mistake right now. KoDoRiN on the recovery. Let's see if he gets back to ledge. He does. Polish with the item. Again, here comes the throw. Second one, not there on the edge guard. What does Polish need to take this set, Radar?
I cannot get over how intentional and kind of calculated these two players are. That entire game was like almost a timeout situation. I think that ended around like 1 minute, but there was never a moment where you felt like they were camping each other. It was just like, we got to do well, like we got to play carefully, pick your spots correctly. I have not seen a game that close in some time, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if I were a weaker mental state than Polish, I would be having nightmares about that turnip hit coming back to bite me. And I'm sure that we're going to see potentially a timeout on our hands coming into Dreamland counterpick at some point. But God, you gotta wonder what the mental is for both of these players. Not just Polish, who lost that set narrowly, but KoDoRiN just barely winning at 173% to take that game one. Here comes the Dreamland counterpick, and they're already off to a much more aggressive start than what we saw in the Battlefield game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just love how these two players play defense. I think defense in Melee doesn't get talked about enough. It's all about the kind of the flashy combos, but so much about modern Melee is making those flashy combos as difficult as possible. And we're seeing so many sequences where it looks like we have a crazy setup from one player, like what's he gonna get off this grab? But the players find a way to escape from it. They just, are always aware of what their opponent can do. They're teching on the platform. Like, it's just so sophisticated. Melee is awesome, man.
Yeah, KoDoRiN perhaps looking for the item catch as well. Not able to get it. Big forward smash, but that's not going to be enough. Has to use the umbrella, though. And this is a bit of a precarious situation for Polish to recover back from. KoDoRiN barely misses, though.
Yeah, I still can't get over how these have just been back and forth, back and forth. Like, they've almost been at the identical percent the entire time. Like, we're 4% apart, and it feels like this is the whole tone of the set, man. Like, what is this?
Absolutely. And also that edge guard from Polish just kind of getting blundered a little bit for the fact that he was over 100%, the slow roll. A lot of times you'll see the Peach kind of come up from ledge and do immediate down smash to cover their back, and then figure out that edge guard on the backside. Not able to do that here, and we're just back to one straight neutral win is all it takes to get first blood here. Or maybe you just missed the ledge. I don't know. Maybe that's all it takes. KoDoRiN's up a stock now.
Oh, man, this is such just a delicate game. The turnip saves him once again, but the Nair pressure is too much, and we're right back to an even game again.
And they're on pace, Radar. It's about 2 minutes for that first stock. One player just has to slow down the tempo a little bit, and we might be getting a timeout here. And the defensive play, that's all it's going to take to find someone on this crucial game, too.
No, they are just like, they're playing like chess, man. They're both positioning, they're watching out for what is the opponent doing. They're kind of, I'm gonna throw rock, you're throwing scissors. They're constantly rotating this wheel of kind of different tactical decisions, and it's beautiful to see, man. Like, this is Melee in 2021. It's calculated. They're constantly engaging each other too. Like, even though this game has been going on, it's literally action the whole time.
That's huge damage. Yeah, and that's the down smash I was just mentioning right now. Big position necessary. Oh my recovery.
That recovery. Up B's the other direction, gets hit by the turnip, and somehow manages to reverse the situation. Now it's Polish on the defense, man.
Again, 4% separating these two players, Radar. I don't know what's up with this magic number, but these two are just neck and neck, and we're only 2 games in.
And he misses a really crucial pivot forward smash there. Gets caught in his movement, and like you said, we are just so close to each other. But, you know, this is Polish's counter pick, and this is a stage that we'd like to be seeing Polish doing a bit better. And so, even though things are close, KoDoRiN's got that advantage.
Yeah, and again, the trend remains the same. KoDoRiN is the first one to get every one of these stocks so far, with Polish on the reply stock. There it is, even at 0% yet again, 4:38 on the clock.
That is another just kind of storyline throughout this set, is that both players start to get a lead and the other just says, no. We got to keep this as even as possible. We have a little side bet going on at home. How long can we stay within about 20% of each other? And so far, it's been 100% of the match, man. Like, just insane. Beautiful tech down, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Polish looking for a bit of an opening right now. Corner pressure, but KoDoRiN just grabs his way out and turns that into a reversal now. Back to neutral.
Even the situational awareness there, where KoDoRiN goes for the up air, and Polish already ready with the tech down, or sorry, the ASDI down, and gets a down smash of his own. These players are just so intelligent. Like,
2%. That's all it is.
It's crazy, man. Like, I can't get over how much is going on so quickly. The decision making. Like, I need to stress to people in chat, when I asked Polish about this matchup, he sent me a 5-page document about his thoughts.
And there's 2 on a kill. That was a kill move right there. That might have been enough to swing the tides in Polish's favor. Probably picks it up right here. That might be enough. And now Polish with the first lead of the set.
But if things are going to stay the same, that means KoDoRiN is going to silence this lead immediately, because that's all we've been seeing the entire set.
Not quite yet, but and misses the up tilt there. Very critical miss from KoDoRiN, gives Polish another chance at life, and one neutral opening is just enough to say that's a pretty good advantage at this point. If he can find a single hit, I'm pretty happy going out that way.
Absolutely, and you know, right now we do see that KoDoRiN's getting a bit aggressive with the kill setups, you know, going for these side Bs so much, and it's not killing Polish, and he's taking some damage as a result. 39, it's just building up, getting on a crouch cancel, but that should do it.
Not yet. This is huge, Radar. Every single hit, 51% is massive going out into this last stock now, because Polish can find a lot of openings off of these subfloat aerials, dash attacks, turn up into aerial. There's a lot of options, and the third Mr. Saturn of the set just thrown away.
You know, that is the thing. The more the set goes on, the more turnip opportunities there are, and just the more opportunities for crazy beam swords, Mr. Saturns, you name it. So far, we haven't seen a Stitch face, but anything is possible. And this is the first solid lead that Polish has had this set. And, you know, I think this game is so important. If he wins this, we're 1-1. Anyone has a chance, but it's hard to reverse 3-0 anybody, let alone KoDoRiN.
Up grab to be in. This is a huge swing. KoDoRiN could make a lot happen from here, but there's the critical mash out. He needed that one.
Yeah, you know, pummeling so risky when people are just mashing out as quickly as possible. Definitely something that KoDoRiN's probably regretting, but can't let it get to his head. Already Polish putting on the pressure, but gets the grab.
I don't think he wanted to do rising forward air, and he has no jump either. He has to umbrella.
Dare? No? Oh, this is so big. He has to get down. This single mistake might be the difference between taking this game and having to reverse 3-0 KoDoRiN.
And that is huge, Radar. We talk about that mistake from game 1 as well. You don't want to go down 2-0 in this set where it feels like you could have been the one who was up.
I cannot agree more, and I cannot get over the entire freaking set has been within 20% almost the entire time. They are the most evenly matched players I've ever seen. Like, how is every game 7 minutes long and you just don't know who's gonna win? It's so tense, and this edgeguard could be everything that it is.
Okay. 1-1. 1-1 in the set. These two, yeah, I mean, come on. They've already been playing for almost 15 minutes now, Raider, and we haven't gotten a single timeout. That is insane.
This is actually crazy. I have been just sitting here like this the whole time. I'm stressed. I'm excited. I'm just blown away. Both players. This is what I was saying before, man. They have so much potential. Like, you can just see everything is deliberate. It's calculated. It's precise. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going into game 3 right now. Let's get rid of the platforms here and simplify some things down a bit. Final destination, the counter pick for KoDoRiN.
Yeah, this is kind of Marth land. If Dreamland was for Peach, this is the perfect counter pick for Marth. It allows him to pressure with those space aerials, and you know, Peach doesn't have those shield drop of turnip options that Polish was using earlier. It's a lot more simplified, and it really takes away from Peach's strong options, I would say.
Yeah, and I think the point that you had made earlier about Polish finding safe opportunities to pull items here is even more exacerbated on this stage, because he just needs to find distance at this point as opposed to a platform. Gets the first stock of this game, though, and that is a good sign for Polish.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, one of the things we've been seeing this whole set, though, is that one player kind of does the call, and then the other player does the response. They take a stock, and then the stock gets taken right back. And this might be the first lead, maybe from a lot of adaptation on Polish's end. 60% already, man.
That was so fast from Polish, too. He did a power shield into, I think, it looked like a sub-float nair. He didn't quite get there on the damage, but oh my gosh, the vision there really just has me... I cannot get over how close this set is between these guys.
Absolutely. I think one of the things we need to be seeing from KoDoRiN is just a bit tighter follow-ups off of the grab. We've been seeing KoDoRiN go for like forward throws, back throws, which makes sense, you know, when you have an edge guard situation. But you can also try to pressure from the air and juggle Peach, because you can't have... Oh! What?
That was so slick!
That was so cool looking. Like, KoDoRiN needs to kind of search deep, man, because this is the momentum has suddenly shifted into Polish's side for the first time all set, and this is KoDoRiN's, you know, loser's run. He cannot lose here or he's out. Like, this is big.
Loser out at 7th here, and also suffice it to say, the largest lead we have seen in this set thus far. Basically a stock and a half. High percent for Polish, will potentially die off the next big hit from KoDoRiN, but any extra damage, like we said in game 2, is enough. This is so huge. 40% right now, and still legs on this stock.
You know, this is so insane, because this is, I always bring this up whenever we're watching a Peach set. Peach's biggest strength is the, you can't kill me even if you try. It's the, no matter what you do, I will somehow live to 200 and I'll make your life hell. And look at that, 193. KoDoRiN is facing an uphill battle here, and he needs to dig deep to figure out what Polish is doing and how he can adapt to it.
And I love that too. Not immediately getting right back into the action off the radar, the Angel platform from Polish, just kind of slowing the pace down, says, I'm in the lead right now and I intend to keep it that way. There's an early stock at 116, and it is 3-1 now, Radar.
This is kind of crazy. Just Polish really running away with it. But, you know, what we haven't been seeing so much are these like early kills. And I think that's all KoDoRiN needs to get some momentum back in his favor. One of these like tipper up smashes, or sorry, F smashes rather, just to pivot to set something up, or even a really solid edge guard like what we're seeing so far. But a bit of a reversal situation once again. How does he get down?
Okay. Saved his jump. Very, very important right there. KoDoRiN trying to not close the door on this stock right now. Gets the fair, no jump coming through from Polish. Now he doesn't have anything, has to umbrella or return back to stage. Polish needs to figure out how to land, gets to the ledge. And now it's just about pressuring the corner, and KoDoRiN's just staying all over it right now. Kill at 171, but it doesn't matter when he's not taking any damage in return.
Yeah, this is the momentum that KoDoRiN needs. He just needs to slowly kind of build back up. Yeah, he struggled to take that stock before, but anything is possible. And 42% is hardly, you know, that bad. You can still CC some stuff. You can still weave in and out of Peach's range. So anything is possible, but Polish putting on a show for us right now.
Yeah, KoDoRiN playing this corner so well, but that's a critical misplay right there. Has to grab ledge. Tech, very necessary. Oh, misses the fastball. It's huge.
That is crazy. That's what he needs. KoDoRiN, all the momentum now, but can Polish silence that and take this game?
All this 3 separate games now where a single error could have costed the entire game for Polish. Misses the fastfall right there. KoDoRiN picks it right back up, and we're in a last stock situation. KoDoRiN on the corner right now where he's been thriving this entire game 3.
I cannot believe what we're seeing, man. Like, he had such a huge lead. How are these two players so evenly matched this whole time?
No! What?
Look at KoDoRiN's face! What? You know,
there is no way.
Polish is just like, well, that sucks. I guess I'm going to game 3. And I'm sitting here like losing my freaking mind.
I guess I'm going to game 3 is right, but Radar, we said it time and time again, game man. 4, these are 3 separate games now where Polish had the opportunity to win. Game 1, the turnip reversal hit on a kill move. Game 2, he pulls it out, and it was very close, but there were a few little mistakes that almost costed him that game as well. We go into this final destination game, and he misses a fastfall and just dies at like 20 for that. This is so huge. This is so close, and this is amazing melee. Oh my god, man.
I can't stress it enough. We've just been seeing the most evenly matched players. You know, both of them, again, calculated, looking for opportunities. I can't even say that Polish was playing badly there. There were multiple situations where Polish just took a calculated risk to get the win. And by the way, we haven't said this yet, but these skins are beautiful, man. Look at this FOD.
They are.
Big shout out.
And the other thing I want to exclaim here, Vancity Primal, I believe, is who you're going to bring out here. Well, okay, I guess we're just going to have to talk about KoDoRiN now taking an insane lead 20 seconds in, because that's a bit ahead of the pace that we've been seeing of about 2 minutes per stock.
This is so crazy, but again, like, we've seen it from both sides. Either player has the potential to reverse things, but KoDoRiN, you know, answering back, I feel like the confidence boost from getting that third game has to be kind of still with him. You know, really feeling like I can do this. I got a game lead. I need to close this out, and this should be very, very doable. But man, so back and forth.
Radar, game 4. This is for 7th, man. And KoDoRiN goes up 2 stocks right now, knocking on the door of advancing 1 round further into losers' quarters here with 5th place guaranteed.
I just want to bring up, you know, yeah, the stakes are high. The money, you know, it's on the table. They are hungry for first. But I love the light shields from both players throughout this. You know, light shield, a tricky option. We see it once again because when you're light shielding, you get pushed a bit further back. Oh, tries to go for the reverse recovery there once again. But these light shields are allowing for reversal situations you wouldn't expect, where Polish will pressure his shield, it'll push him away, and somehow he'll get KoDoRiN will get a grab out of it instead. It's very, very cool to see. Look, there's the light shield once again.
Been the story of who is better at pressuring the corner right now, and the person who's able to do that ends up winning the game, it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's so positional, man. You got to be making sure to take every situation where you have an advantage. Like right now, Marth is on the corner. You got an edge guard situation going. You got to keep it up and lock him out. And so far, like we said before, we're right back to even, baby. This has been so close.
2 stocks apiece, yeah, and super tricky movement out of Polish right now. Not representing a single throw option on that item until the very last moment and actually just snipes KoDoRiN's recovery to get that stock a little bit early. But we're back at it again. It's just who can play better off the ledge and get themselves back into center.
Yeah, no, even just the small little adaptations you'll see from Polish and kind of like just the micro situations. Peach is a very, very, very slow character. So in a lot of situations where maybe Fox or Falcon could just react, Peach has to read. So even in that little edge guard situation, she ran all the way across the stage and got a dash attack just for a little bit of extra percent, but none of it seems to matter because KoDoRiN is up a full stock, man.
And this is set point as well. Polish needs to answer 2 back to make this a game 5 situation, or otherwise he's out at 7th place at this tournament.
Yeah, his tournament life is on the line, but if we've seen anything from Polish so far, it's that he is good under pressure. This man can throw a bomb, kill himself, and not give a shit, okay? Like, he does not care. He is pressuring. There's the light shield again. He needs to adapt to this. Oh my god, this is so big.
Tough. Off stage right now, has to exhaust the float. Polish makes it back. KoDoRiN not able to find the grab. We reset, traded hits with the down smash. This could be an edge guard situation. Dropped item, not enough to finish the stock off. Polish needs to find the stock right here.
Yeah, this is so important, and I love the way that he's been interacting with turnips. It doesn't seem to matter. The down air into Nair is going to do it, and this is a risky position to run to the corner.
No float like either.
You got to deal with Marth's invincibility somehow, and I like the slide up on the platform. It is going to reset to neutral, but 4% is not a lot. This is very limited for Polish right now.
Ooh, maybe looking for the item throwdown to go straight through the platform, but KoDoRiN is trying to close this one out. He's shutting out the wall that is KoDoRiN. Self-proclaimed is coming into full effect right now. Polish needs to find a comeback and make one huge.
Oh, man. This is big, though. Man, just finding these turnips and trying to just get any advantage that he can when this is so close. Like 133, any solid hit off the top should do it. Side B into up tilt will do it. We just... Polish needs to be precise, needs to take calculated risks, somehow make his way back into KoDoRiN's range, or KoDoRiN is going to take this.
So risky right now. Catches KoDoRiN slipping with the dancing blade into up tilt, but not able to punish. Traded hit is not enough to kill. One more hit can possibly do it here, but Polish can get a single opening and convert that into a million.
Oh, he goes for the greenest turnip ever, and that's it. Oh, brutal. Polish.
Skipper forward tilt. That's all it took.
Out at 7th. I got to give it to both of them. We can call it greedy. It's easy to call it greedy, but in those situations, you're in the corner. You only have a set amount of options. One of them is wave dashing to ledge. One of them is staying in shield and maybe being pushed back to ledge. And one of them is roll. Like beyond that, you can try to jump. You won't be able to drift in time. It's really like picking your poison. And KoDoRiN knows that. He takes a low risk with the F tilt. He closes it out and moves on to face the winner of our next set, I think, which is Rishi and Aklo.
That was only losers round 1. Can we just get over that? Can we get that out of the way here? Because that was out of control. And that was a 4-game set that felt like it went 10 to me, because the amount of push-pull that happened in that set, the amount of back and forth, just one stock taken, reply stock coming right back, the bomb basically reflect to win the game there. There was so much out of that set. And there is so much to be told in this story. Both of these players should be very proud of their performance, but KoDoRiN is going to be the one to advance one round further in this losers bracket of Galint Melee Open.
I mean, Polish is probably my favorite Peach player right now. I just love watching him. I think he somehow makes like patient play still seem very like active and deliberate. It doesn't feel campy. It just feels like no, he's choosing the right spots at the right moment. And look at this. Both of them just the average neutral wins or total neutral wins 67-69 shows how long the games were. But KoDoRiN with the magic number clutching it out. What a crazy set.
Yeah, and it's just 2 singular neutral wins was all it took to take that game and run with it. It looks like, but that was an incredible set. I hope that the viewers at home, if you didn't see that set and you're just tuning in now, I'm just going to say it right here. You messed up. You should have seen this set first. But there's a lot more Melee to be played, as the Scar once said here. And we're going to get right into our next set very soon. I believe it's our other losers round 1 set, and it's going to be a second green Marth coming on the screen. But this one we haven't seen quite as often in the online era. That is Rishi playing against the 5th seed and recent Summit attendee, New York's very own Aklo.
Absolutely. Aklo versus Rishi should be very, very exciting. I do want to reiterate what I said earlier on the analyst desk about Aklo's perspectives on the Marth matchup. But before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out to Golden Guardians and their grassroots fund for making this event possible. I want to give shout out to Van City Primal for making the crazy skins that we have. I want to give a big shout out to exclamation point merch in the chat. If you want to check out some of the best merch I've seen in quite a while for Melee events, all of these they're at your disposal. Mods, help us out. But back to Aklo versus Marth and Rishi in particular. Aklo said that he plays this matchup not to get hits, but to avoid getting hit. And, kind of the Isaiah classic of just don't get hit is Aklo's kind of main strategy. And I think that's going to lead to more defensive play, more dash dances, more baits. And I'm wondering how Rishi will be able to adapt to that.
Yeah, I think this should be really interesting to see because we did mention this with Gen X on the mic as well, but it was over 7 months ago. I believe very early on in online, it was a melee at Xanadu number 386. That might have not even been one that you and I were casting back then. So that was the last time these guys played, and Aklo actually did take that set 2-0. Before that, though, it was the story of Rishi. 5 straight set wins in a row. Preceding that Xanadu Online 386. So this should be really interesting because I think the idea of people just kind of like the summit level up is a very real thing. So Aklo for sure gained a lot of experience going to that massive tournament that was